Kella Price with Healthy Fit. This is Strongboard Seniors. We're going to be using our Strongboard in today's workout. We have a chair set up for balance to assist with that if we need it. If you are using a chair, make sure that that chair is sturdy. I have mine on a yoga mat so it doesn't shift or move when I apply pressure to it. We're also going to be using a ball and some weights. Grab your water, grab your equipment, and let's get started. Now, if you've never used your Strongboard, remember that this is a stability tool and getting on and off safely is really important. To get on, we're going to step our foot on one side and bring the board all the way down on that side. Use our chair for balance, position our second foot, and then come to a standing position. You'll notice that it gives quite a bit during our exercise. We also have our Strongboard Mini with slightly smaller springs if you're just getting started. Remember that you don't have to use the Strongboard for the exercises. If there's an exercise that you don't feel comfortable on the Strongboard, simply do the exercise standing on the floor. For several of the exercises, I will give you a chair option as well. Remember, we want to get on and off the board safely, standing on one side, bring it all the way down. Find your balance. When you're ready, step your other foot and come on up. If at any time you need to step off the board, make sure you have nothing in the way so that you can step off quickly. You're going to step off the same way that you got on, with one leg down, touching the ground. All right, find your balance. Again, you have a chair if you need it. We're going to start by just moving and rocking side to side, warming up our legs. Again, you can use your chair for balance whenever you need it. It's right in front of you. Side to side. You might feel a little bit of stretching in your ankles, warming those up as well. We're also going to move our board now back and front, forward and back. Again, your chair is here if you need it. Forward and back. Getting nice and warmed up here. Grab your ball. We are going to be in a standing position here and bouncing the ball. Bounce, catch, bounce, catch, bounce, catch. If you lose track of your ball, it's okay. Step off, get the ball safely, and then return to your balance board. Couple more seconds. Set that down. Stepping off, staggered stance. One foot is going to be on the Strongboard logo. The other is next to our Strongboard on the side, using our chair for balance. Squat. Pressing through the foot, nice tall posture. We're going to switch sides. You probably feel the leg that is on the Strongboard slightly more engaged. That's because it's calculating using this spring technology. Your muscle is working harder. Sitting back, reach into the glute. Again, you can use your chair for balance here. Safety first. Last one. Coming behind the board into a lunge position. Foot centered on the Strongboard logo. Hold onto your chair as needed. Step back. I'd like your feet both to be parallel. Lunge, tap. Lunge, tap. If you don't need that chair for balance, go ahead and let go. And then if you need to revisit it, it's right there for you. Tap. Switching sides, step off, reset, other foot. Again, we want our feet to be parallel like train tracks. I want your knees to come straight down as you do your lunge. Pushing off with your standing leg, tap. Now, if you feel your board shaking like I do, this is really going to improve your proprioception and stability in that leg. All the tendons and muscles in our ankle are calculating, our quad is engaged. Step down. Deadlift, lat raise. Let's grab our weights for this next exercise. Again, stepping on, feet are wide on the outside of the lip. Tipping into our deadlift forward. You can hold onto the chair here if needed. Feeling the good stretch in our hamstring. Lateral raise. If you need to keep one hand on the chair, you can alternate your lateral raise. Good stretch, engaging our back. Arms come to T height. Take your time. Slow and controlled. It's okay to be a little bit wobbly. It's going to work your muscles really well today. Step down. Set those weights down. Going into a curtsy lunge. Foot is centered on the logo. Step back into that curtsy using that chair for balance. 3, 2, 1. Push off with the front leg. Tap. 3, 2, 1. Tap. Again, if you don't need the chair, just leave it in front of you. And then if you start to get a little wobbly, your balance is challenged, you have it there for gentle support. Again, 3, 2, 1. Pushing back into your glute here. I want you to feel it in your butt cheek and down the side of your leg. If you feel it all in your knee, I want you to shift your weight back. 2, 1, tap, step down, switch legs, other side. Cross behind. Again, feeling it in the outside leg and the glute, shifting back. 3, 2, 1, tap. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. If you can let go of that chair, if you feel secure and confident in your balance, go for it. Step down. Straight leg on the board. We're going into a side lunge here. So the leg on the board is straight. Your feet are both pointed parallel. Leaning here. Reach for the outside of the foot. Reach outside of the quad, the shin, or the foot. Notice our feet are stationary. Let's switch sides. The foot that's on the board, both feet are parallel. This leg is going to be our straight leg. Side lunge, pushing back into that glute. Reaching for the quad, the calf, or the floor. You can extend the arm. You can also use your chair for balance if you need it. Last one. Step it in, get a sip of water. Last move. Plank with mountain climbers. Option 1 is your chair option right here. Nice long line through the spine. If you're getting down on the floor, our hands are wide on our board, shoulder width apart. Find your balance, slow mountain climbers. Drive that knee forward. Nice long spine, looking down just over the front of your board. One more. Step it in. Get another sip of water. We're ready to go in to our work. So our work today, our work protocol is 45 seconds of work followed by a 15-second rest. Some of our moves are one-sided, so we'll repeat the move on the second side. Take your drink breaks whenever you need them. And again, use that chair for balance as needed. Grab one weight for that squat, one arm curl. Using our chair for balance, squat, curl. Now, if you don't need to hold on to the chair, you can certainly use two weights. I'm going to encourage you that when you're doing these movements, that you're using at least a 5-pound weight. Because most of the things that we do in our daily living activities are 5 pounds. We need to be able to lift up that gallon jug of milk or laundry detergent, pick up bags of groceries out of our car. Rest. We're switching sides. Most ladies' purses are even 5 pounds. So I challenge you that you use at least 5 pounds to make these daily living activities so much easier. Here we go. Squat. Make sure your knees are not caving in. We want them parallel. If you look down and you see your knees caving in, I want you to grab that ball, put it between your thighs and squeeze it. Keeping everything in alignment. Curl. Take your time. We've got 15 seconds left. Sit down nice and low in that squat. Remember, your chair is here to assist you with balance. Rest. Set down that ball, step down, lunge, overhead press. So we have one hand that we're going to use on the chair. Stepping back into our lunge here, racking the weight at the shoulder, lunge, stay here, overhead press. Nice tall posture. When we do our lunge, we want both knees, keep going, to come straight down. Arm is extending. We don't want this knee to cave in, keep it coming straight down. In alignment with your toes. Again, if at any time you don't feel comfortable with doing a move on the Strongboard, you're getting fatigued, you can always step down and do it on the floor. Switching sides, switch your weight to the other side, switch your leg. Foot is in again at the center of the Strongboard. Our goal is to have those feet parallel, coming down into that nice bend in the back leg. Press. You might find one side is a little bit more stable than the other. Feel that little bit of shaking and quaking under that foot. That means it's working. Pressing up. If you have any kind of shoulder impingement and the shoulder extension overhead press doesn't feel good, you can reduce your range of motion and make it smaller. That's totally okay. This is your workout. I want you to challenge yourself. Step down. Set down your weight. Flex foot, kick back. Foot is on the center of your board. Come on up. Flex the other foot. And we're pushing back. Like we're pushing somebody away with that foot. Really flex it, because I want you to feel it in the back of the hamstring, in the back of the leg. Balancing, using our chair as needed for gentle support. Are you feeling that in the back of your leg? 15 seconds left. Pressing back. Push away with that heel. Last one. One more. All right, let's step down. Switching sides. Foot is in the center of our Strongboard. Come on up, find your balance, flex that foot, pressing away. Again, it's really important that this ankle's not pointed or loosey-goosey. We want it pressing, and as we flex it, it's really going to engage that hamstring and make it so much stronger and the exercise so much more effective. Pressing back. You got this. Sometimes as we age, we don't want to do stairs anymore, and we find houses that don't have stairs. Stairs are actually really good for balance and building up our hamstrings, and so we need to exercise those muscles for our health, especially if you don't have stairs in your home. Get a sip of water. How are we doing? Water and hydration is so important. As we age, our body's not going to give us the same signals to tell us that we're thirsty. All right, grab those weights. Side lunge. One leg is on the board, one leg is off the board. Pushing off here. We're going to row, leaning back with elbow. Stand up. So the leg that's on the board is straight. We really want to push back into our glute. We shouldn't feel any pressure again in our knee. But as you're moving through our exercise today, you should feel better in your joints because motion is lotion. As we move, the lubrication in our joints, the synovial fluid rest starts to move around, and all those joints that felt like they were stiff become much more mobile. Again, you can use your chair for this exercise if you need it for balance. You would want to shift it over so it's right in front of you. Leading with the elbows. Stand up. Not locking the elbow here. Pushing back into our glute. Do you feel like you're getting a good workout? I'm sure breaking a sweat. Using appropriate weight is also very important because we need to maintain our muscle mass. That will help us stay independent and keep being able to do the things that we love long into retirement. Step off, rest. Single leg deadlift, upright row. Okay, so one foot is on the board. Find your balance. You can hold on here. We're going to tip at the hip. If you need to tap down here, upright row. Tipping at the hip. Tap down, upright row. Otherwise, try to float that leg. Squeeze. Using the chair as needed, you can alternate arms. This is your workout. Challenge yourself. You can see my leg shifting and shaking. One more for me. Carefully step down. Switching legs. Again, putting that foot on the Strongboard. You have the option of tapping down as you lead with the elbows into your upright row. Your back is flat here. Upright row. Use your balance, use your chair if needed. You have the option, again, tap down, upright row here as well. This is probably the hardest move that we're going to do today in terms of stability and engaging all of the muscles working together to keep us stable. But this is excellent practice because if we trip on something, we have to be able to catch ourselves, rest, catch ourselves with one leg. Often if we trip, or falling to one side. If you can't catch yourself with one leg, you're gonna end up on the floor and possibly injured. So we wanna prevent that from happening. Curtsy with a crunch. Set down your weight. Foot is in the center of the Strongboard. Step back behind, pushing back into that glute. Tap, oblique crunch. Curtsy, tap, crunch. Driving the knee towards the elbow. Tap. You can hold on to the chair again, or drop that arm and flow through. This is your workout. Challenge yourself. Rest. You'll find as you repeat this workout another time, you'll slowly get stronger and better at doing the movements. We're going to switch to the other side because we don't want to be crooked. Stepping back behind, curtsy, tap, crunch. Using the chair for balance. Take your time on the movement. Crunch. Really exhale to get that oblique working. Your choice of options. Ten seconds left. Are you feeling that in the outside of the leg right here? Yes. Rest, step down. Get yourself a water. Whew. We're gonna step off the front of our board next. So I'm gonna move this off to the side. Again, using it for balance as needed. Actually, we would want it right here. Is the best positioning if you need it for support. One leg is elevated in the center of your board. We're gonna lunge, tap, lunge, tap. Again, look at your positioning. Is your knee in alignment with that toe? Back knee should be in alignment with that foot as well. How are we doing? Switching sides. Again, putting your foot in the middle of the Strongboard. Set yourself up, down, and up. How are you feeling? Do you feel good? I feel pretty good. Getting a good workout. You should be at your target heart rate for our workout today. Able to speak, but only in short sentences. Pressing through that standing foot. Check your alignment. Again, if you don't need that chair for balance, let go. Challenge yourself a little bit more. These workouts are progressive. The bigger movement that you use and the less that you rely on your chair, the stronger you're getting. Rest. Step off. Plank, mountain climbers. All right, so your first option is a chair option. On the chair, driving that knee up. Otherwise, we're going to come down to the floor with our hands shoulder width apart on top of our board. Driving our knee up. Option one, tap, tap, tap. Option two, you can run it out. Challenge yourself. Hands should be stacked under the shoulders. "15 seconds left. This is a move that you should be getting slightly higher heart rate. It is a cardio move. Finish strong. A little bit faster. Rest. Next movement. C-sit, knee drivers. First option on our chair, we can use our ball in the small of our back if we'd like. Option, one knee at a time, or both knees holding onto the chair. If you're coming down on your strong board, join me on the board, long way, seated in the center of the board. Two options, you can lean back and support yourself with your hands, or hold on to the board. Option one, one knee at a time. Exhale as you drive that knee forward. Option two, two knees. Or use your board for balance a little bit harder, tapping the knees down, or one at a time. Your choice. Try them out and see which option is going to work best for you. Last one. Push-ups are next. We always have the chair option if you're not getting down on the ground. Nice long spine. Push up on the chair. Otherwise, hands are shoulder width apart, stacked under your shoulders. You can be on your knees here. Make sure you have a good cushion though. If you're on your knees or a mat, pressing through the palms. Press. Press. Keep that spine nice and long. Looking out over the front of your board. One more. And rest. Glute bridge. Option one, if you're not getting on the floor, reach your arms up, press your hips forward for that nice stretch in your back. As we do this, option two, you're on the floor, feet would not be on the board, like so, pressing up. Option three, feet are on the board. Press it up right here. Squeezing at the top. Squeeze. A nice long spine from your tailbone all the way up to your neck, yeah? Now, if you feel like your knees are caving in, we have our ball. Put it in between your thighs and squeeze it. Squeeze. Squeeze. One more. Get a sip of water. The hard work is over. I hope you feel amazing. Plank to down dog is our first cool down movement. If you're using your chair, nice long line through the spine. Sit back into your down dog here. Plank to down dog. Otherwise, come down to your strong board. Again, stacking your hands under your shoulders. On your knees or toes for the plank. Then come on up. Push back into your heels for down dog. Plank. We're not really holding the down dog or the plank for that long. So, while being on your knees is an option, you might find that you don't need to do that. One more. Plank. Down dog. Step it in. Roll it up. Big shoulder roll. Quad stretch. Find your balance or use your chair as needed. Grab that leg, that foot, bring the knee in close to the other knee. If you can't reach your foot to do that, we can set it on our chair and sink down into the stretch if needed. Hip flexor stretch. Take that foot back. Sink down into it. Feeling that good stretch in the front of your hip, yeah? Right in there. Now push that heel down in the back and feel your calf stretch. Doesn't that feel amazing? Again, you can always use your chair for balance. Other side. Grab that quad, pull it in, Take that foot back. Hip flexor stretch, find your balance. Again, your feet are parallel, knee coming straight down. Chest open and wide. Feel that good stretch right here in the hip flexor. Now push your back heel to the floor for me. Doesn't that feel amazing? Step it in. Side lunge. Again, using your chair as needed for balance. Pushing back into the glute. Rotate towards your quad and reach your shin or the floor. Again, you can use that chair in front of you for balance. Other side. Pushing back into that glute. Rotate and reach for me. Choose your option. Nice spinal stretch. Doesn't that feel good? Bicep stretch. Arm across the body. Feel the stretch right here in your bicep. Get your shoulder away from your ear. Arm up and over. Give yourself a pat on the back for showing up today. I hope you feel amazing. I know I always do after exercise. Big arm up and over. Let's do that on the other side. Arm across the body. Reach up and over. Overhead side stretch. Reach it up and over. Feeling that good stretch from your pinky all the way down to your hip bone. Thank you so much for joining me today for Healthy Fit Seniors Strongboard. I hope you enjoyed the workout. Please share it with your friends. Share your workout experience with your family. Don't forget to take a picture and feel free to send that to me. I love to see all of you working out. And join me next time.